Lake Orion celebrated the 4th of July holiday with a spectacular fireworks show on June 30th, and those gathered around the lake had a front row seat. Culvers is celebrating its 10th year in Orion Township with numerous events, including its weekly Tuesday car shows. The Orion Area Chamber of Commerce welcomed its newest member with a ribbon-cutting ceremony in Oxford. And one local farm is offering an all-natural solution to battle the ever-growing problem of invasive plant species. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have those stories and more on this edition of ONTV News. People all over the country celebrated the nation's 242nd birthday, and Lake Orion was no exception. The Dueling Fireworks show is regarded as one of the best in the country. On the evening of Saturday, June 30th, spectators began lining up along M24 and all around the lake hours before Lake Orion's third annual Dueling Fireworks show. The Lake Orion Fireworks Association hosted a viewing party on Pelton's Point, which acted as a fundraiser for the annual show. Ace Pyro returned once again to launch fireworks from two barges located east and west of Bellevue Island. The show began just after 10 p.m., continuing a tradition that has a long history in Lake Orion and has been ranked 14th best in the nation by Guff.com. The show ran a satisfying 30 minutes long, culminating with a spectacular finale that many spectators described as the best ever. Speaking of anniversaries, one local business has announced a milestone this month, and the community is encouraged to help them celebrate. On Tuesday, July 3rd, the parking lot at Culvers in Orion Township was once again filled with classic cars for the weekly car cruise, but this time there was a celebration going on. On July 29th, Culvers will celebrate its 10th year of serving the Lake Orion community.
This is our anniversary month, Joe, so it's hard to believe we've been here 10 years. And so I thought I'd tie in maybe our anniversary with the 4th of July, and everybody's busy on the 4th, so I said, hey, it's Tuesday, let's do it Tuesday, the day before the 4th. So here we are, and God, we got all sorts of stuff going on. I got my girl singing the national anthem, Tora, she's one of my employees. Just a lot of things going on.
Zimmer has lived in the Orion area for 4 decades and opened this Culver's restaurant in 2008. Over the past decade, Zimmer has taken part in numerous community events and has supported countless charities. He was named 2013's Business Person of the Year by the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce.
I've lived in this community for 40 years, and when I built my Culvers, actually I was looking for something a little different. That was about 15 years ago, and I saw this piece of property, and I figured that's the place to do it. I wanted to stay in Orion Township, and so here we are, and it looks like it was the right move. In fact, I'm pleased to announce just a couple of months ago we were able to buy a lot of this property around us. So we'll be able to expand our car cruise and maybe do some other things with it. But I'm an ambassador with the chamber. In fact, I'm proud to say that I think it was 2013. I was Business Person of the Year, and it's just a great community. I mean, what else can I say?
The celebration will continue throughout July with car cruises every Tuesday, and families are invited to take part in Wednesday's Kids Nights and outdoor movie nights on Thursdays. For more information, visit joezimmer.com or call 248-276-2222. Since it's known as the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce, members may include businesses from neighboring communities like Auburn Hills and Oxford. Recently, representatives of the chamber ventured into Oxford to welcome its newest member. On Thursday, July 12th, Homegrown Brewing Company in Oxford hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate joining the Orion Area Chamber.
I'm ready. So 1, 2, 3.
Any small business owner knows any amount of networks is valuable, and us being so close to Lake Orion, and as you said, it's a very intertwined community. It's, I don't want to say one and the same, but very complementary communities. You drive boats, we drive tractors, but it's still a very close-knit community. There's no amount of networking that can hurt you, for sure, so we're happy to be a part of it.
The brewery has been open for more than a year and is a family affair. Jeff is joined by his father, mother, brother, sister, and sister-in-law, who all play a role in the business. Before opening Homegrown, they had no experience running a brewery.
Nope, we're one of those lemmings that just jumped for it. So yeah, definitely you'll talk a lot of restaurateurs and they'll try to talk you out of it, but there's something cool about a brewery that kind of differentiates itself from your typical eating place. We definitely got into it for the beer. My dad and brother had been brewing separately for about 15 years apiece prior to us actually opening our doors. I came from a service industry background, so I knew the service end, they knew the beer end, and we definitely have a talented chef in Adam DeMonico. He handles the food sector of it, so I think with those three skill sets, it kind of comes together nicely.
Over the past year, the community has come to really embrace the brewery. Residents are invited to come in and enjoy the atmosphere and the rotating craft beers.
So we do have 6 flagship beers that are always on draft. These have been designed to go well with food. They're pretty approachable beers. That was kind of our cornerstone when designing the beer menu, was be approachable. Stuff that the average guy likes, stuff that goes well with food. We do rotate 4 seasonal beers. Depending on consumption, you're looking at a new beer usually every 1-2 weeks. So, yep, right now we have a cherry saison on. We just ran out of our New England style IPA that was really, really popular. Double IPA. We got a Mexican lager on that's very popular, moving well. So you'll see our beer change with the seasons. Obviously, when we get into winter, you'll get the bourbon barrel aged stouts. You'll get some porters, and it is a seasonal thing for sure.
Homegrown Brewing Company is located at 28 North Washington Street in Oxford. For more information, visit homegrownbrewingco.com. You can also find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Invasive plant species are a major problem here in the Orion area. Solutions often include chemical treatments, but one local farm is proposing an all-natural solution: Goat-Scaping. Those using the Polly Ann Trail in late June, early July may have been surprised to pass a herd of goats grazing along the path. For the second year in a row, representatives of City Girls Farm in Pontiac have teamed up with the Polly Ann Trail Management Council to clear out invasive plant species that are harming the environment. We caught up with Amy McIntyre of City Girls Farm as her goats graze behind the Orion Center.
The area they're in today, they'll probably take care of by the end of the working day tomorrow. So it's not a very big space. I've used about 160 feet of fencing, and it's pretty concentrated. So they're eating from the inside out today, and I think part of that is to stay in the shade. But this area was filled with autumn olive, buckthorn, bittersweet, some wild grapes, all things that are pretty much out of control on our trails in Michigan.
Her goats eat a wide variety of invasive species, including Phragmites, as long as they haven't been treated with chemicals. As an added bonus, the goats leave behind fertilizer that's beneficial to the soil.
Last year we were on the trail for 3 weeks. This year we're on the trail for 2 weeks, and we have been brought here through private donations, fundraising on behalf of kids, doing bottle drives, things like that. Our goal is to, with data and before and after pictures, show that to the communities, to the state, to the DNR, that using livestock is a viable way to start clearing the trails that doesn't require man hours, though your human energy can be directed in more important areas. So hopefully at some point we'll reach enough proof where the humans will go, oh, what a great idea, let's bring the goats to the trail for the whole summer.
If you have an area of land you'd like to have cleared the natural way, feel free to visit citygirls.farm for contact information. Camp Agawam has a long history in Lake Orion. Originally owned and operated by the Boy Scouts of America, Orion Township took over the camp in 2014. On Tuesday, July 17th, the Friends of Camp Agawam hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony at the camp's amphitheater to celebrate the completion of a new set of stone steps.
1, 2, 3. We're celebrating this great camp. We've raised money through our efforts with Tommy Stock and other events out here to build these stairs. So we're celebrating the construction of the Firebowl stairs and also our 501c3 status that we just got this spring. Ray Rogers, who's right up here from Rockworks in Lake Orion, his company designed and put these in for us. And it's a beautiful addition with these stones for sure.
We were looking at that, go, those are really dangerous. So we could do some nice stone steps, and I never thought it would happen. And I did as good as I could putting them in and contribute as much as I could. And with Tommy Stock's money and some from the township, we pulled it off. The stone is a dolomite. It's from Manistee, Michigan, so it's a pure Michigan, really nice stone. I've used it for years. It's a small quarry owned by 2 Sioux Indians, so you can't get any more Michigan and than that. It's a very nice stone. It's very hard, durable, and it ages nice. When we first put it in, it's a little intense, and it just softens. And it's nice to be part of this and contribute, and it's a lot safer.
The steps were made possible thanks to funds raised by the annual music festival known as Tommy Stock, with additional support by Orion Township. The amphitheater is used throughout the year for concerts, meetings, and other events.
All the proceeds from Tommy Stock go directly back into the improvements of this campground and to do things like these stairs, which we call this phase 1. Phase 2, we're going to continue the stairs the rest of the way up, do stairs along the sides, and get some permanent lighting down here for the nighttime show, so that this could be an actual venue similar to Wildwood with shows on a regular basis down here.
The reality of the situation is we have limited resources. Picking up 140 acres and trying to maintain the facilities and stuff is not something that was really on part of our plan. But now that we own it and we see what's here, and you know, one of the main reasons people choose our community is because of the parks and the resources we have. So it is, I mean, I will go out kicking and screaming, holding on to this piece of property. And that's partly what the Parks and Rec Millage is about on August 7th, is generating revenue to support things and assets like this that the township now owns. So.
Tommy Stock is scheduled to take place over 3 days on July 27th through the 29th. For ticket information, including a list of performers, visit tommystock.org. The Lake Orion DDA kicked off its weekly Gazebo concert series in the village on July 11th. The concerts will take place every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. We leave you with a clip from the premiere concert featuring the band Escaping Pavement. I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching. Good night.
1, 2, 3.
Lost on my money, but a $2 bill, $2 bill, Lord, a $2 bill. Lost on my money, but a $2 bill. I'm on my long journey home. It's dark and